What is up, guys? My name is Grenisect and welcome back to another Pokemon challenge video. Now this challenge video is a little bit different than the regular solo runs you see on my channel. What I'm trying to do is I'm going to try to mix stuff up a little bit this year instead of just doing solo runs. So let's talk about today's run. Today we're going to be answering the question, can I complete a Pokemon Fire Red Hardcore Nuzlocke using only flying types? So what identifies as a hardcore Nuzlocke? Well, it's basically a harder version of a Nuzlocke. The traditional rules, you have to catch one Pokemon per route, and you have to nickname it. If it dies, it has to be placed in the PC. So, what are the harder version of it? Well, there's level caps. Means you cannot go over the level past the gym leader's ace mon. So say if you're up against Brock, we cannot go past level 14, since that will be his level. And we cannot use any items in battle. However, held items are acceptable. Now let's talk about Kanto for a second. Kanto has a good variety of flying types, starting from your starter all the way up to the fossil Aerodactyl. So I feel like we'll have a good variety to work with here. Hopefully we don't have to do this multiple times because that would be bad. So let's see if we can get this within one attempt. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe because a small percent of my viewers are actually subscribed. We go ahead and choose our starter, which happens to be Charmander, since it will evolve into Charizard pretty soon, making it valid for this run. I decided to nickname it Dragon because it's totally a dragon. Game Freak, why didn't you give this a dragon type? It totally deserves, Charizard totally deserves to be a dragon type. But then again, it wouldn't be valid for this run, so we don't have a choice. Next up, we had to fight our rival, Killfly. I decided to name him that because he is on a mission to destroy our team of flying types. He chose Squirtle because we are the Fire Boy and he always picks the Weakness Boy, which is the Water type. We jump into a battle, which all this was pretty much scratches and him using tackles. So, enjoy the footage there. Yeah, there it is. Okay. After getting Pokeballs, we decided to go to Route 1 for our first encounter being Pidgey. Pidgey is not the best. He's actually quite mediocre here, but we know. We decided to catch it and named it Berta. Next up was Spearow, which took a few turns. It actually got on the ball on the first try, and I decided to name it Lance. It's going to be a very valuable mon, and is arguably better than the Pidgey line in general. So I know what you're thinking. Why name the Spearow Lance? Is it because of Lance, the flying type master? Actually, no. It's because it has spear in its name. And I kind of like the look of spears. They're so menacing. They look so powerful. I just like the way they look. So that's why I decided to name it. Our next route is going to be in Viridian Forest, which is going to be a Caterpie. Caterpie is a very valuable mon because it will evolve into Butterfree, which is also a flying type, making it valid for this run. And it's going to be very useful for Brock. So, I know what you're about to ask. Why do you plan to even use a bug and flying type against Brock? You'll find out later. I decided to evolve it into Metapod at level 7, and then it will evolve into a Butterfree at level 10, making it extremely valid for this run. It also has the moves Confusion and Stun Spore, which is going to be very useful for Brock. Speaking of which, it's time to fight him. Let's see if our strategy is going to work here. He leads off with a Geodude at level 12, and I decided to go for my Butterfree. I also named it Scatter Senpai, by the way. It's an old meme if you've been around long enough. I lead off with a Stun Spore, which paralyzes it, and it goes for a tackle. I then go for a Confusion, which puts it at half health, and it goes for another tackle. One Confusion later, and turns out it was a critical hit, which is something that we did not need, but we'll take it. We'll take those. We'll absolutely take those. His next Pokemon was an Onix at level 14, and we go for a Stun Spore. It then tries to hit us with a Rock Tomb, but it misses, and it is now our time to switch out into Berta. Berta has Sand Attack, which will lower the accuracy, and whenever Berta dies, we will switch back in to Catter Senpai. Yes, this is a sack. It's probably not necessary. We probably could have tried to crit with Catter Senpai, but I'm not risking it. There is no way that is good to risk. 2 Sand Attacks, its accuracy drops, but it still hits us with a Rock Tomb, saying bye to Berta the Pidgey. Unfortunate. But your sacrifice will not be in vain. I switch Catter Senpai back out, and I go for another Confusion, hoping to confuse it, It tries to hit us with a rock tomb and it misses. And one confusion later, a critical hit one, and it goes down, giving us our first badge out of many that we have to take on. Oh, this is going to be a little difficult here. A lot of trainers around the region have either rock types, electric types, or ice types, which are very strong against our flying types. But I feel like we'll be able to manage this with the secondary typings that we have. After doing some more grinding, I evolved Charmander into Charmeleon, and now he is a better looking dragon, I guess. I don't know. And then we go to a Pokemon Center on Route 3 in order to get a Magikarp for an outrageous amount of cash. And I decided to name him Flip Flop, because he flips and flops around. Get it? No? Yes? No? Maybe? Okay. In Mount Moon, we were able to catch a Zubat. Now, here's the problem here. We can only get up to Golbat, because this stupid mechanic in this game has kept us from having to evolve Pokemon that evolve further past Gen 1, which is absolutely annoying and ridiculous. So we will not be able to use Crobat. We also grabbed the Helix Fossil, be sure to leave a comment down below, and did some more grinding to evolve Spearow into Fearow, and then we go up against our rival again. Let's see how well we'll do this time. Is he going to try to knock out our team? I hope not. It's in his name Killfly, so that kind of makes me nervous there. He leads off with a Pidgeotto, and I decided to lead off with Lance, and I decided to go for Fury Attack. I'm going to learn later that Fury Attack is not that good at all, but hey, I guess you gotta live and learn, right? So I just kept stabbing with Peck because it's a strong move already, so I guess it works. We did take out the Pidgeotto, and then his next Pokemon would be, well, you guessed it, a Rattata. And it's time to put it in its grave because it's not going to be able to fight again. You gotta be kidding me. You're living on a sliver. One pursuit later and it goes down. Those get annoying, right? Like if you're fighting and you just happen to almost knock out a Pokemon and it lives on a sliver, it's just the most annoying thing you've ever witnessed. His next Pokemon is a Squirtle, and I decided to go for Fury Attack, but forgot it had Withdraw on it, which raises defense, and it goes for another Withdraw, which is quite annoying because our moves are physical. And then it goes for a Water Gun, and then I go for another Peck, and then it goes for another Withdraw, and then I just sped up here and just used Peck. Okay. His last Pokemon was an Abra who really can't do anything, so we could either stay in or we could switch just to be safe. I don't know what I was thinking, but I felt like that Zubat would have been the best option here. Poison is super effective against Psychic types, obviously, and Psychic doesn't affect Poison types. Anyway, we astonished and Leech Life Fit, and we were able to knock out Yabra, winning us the fight. So yeah, I think this was a pretty good fight, pretty solid. We didn't lose any mines. You lose. Get out of here, rival. He gives us the Fame Checker for some reason, but hey, next up is Misty. So she leads off with a Staryu at level 18, and I led off with Catter Senpai the Butterfree, and I decided to go for the same strat as Brock, which is the Sunspore, and then just kept spamming Confusion. However, Starmie's could be a completely different story because it's very strong with Water Pulse, and we can hardly touch it. The only things that we have is Zubat with Leech Life and Astonish. Not too good. We also have Fearow with Pursuit though, so I mean, I'm not going to complain there, but still. After defeating Staryu, she leads off with her Starmie. I then go for another Stun Spore. What are you doing? Just the Stun Spore already. What's taking you so long? Just Stun Spore. Thank you. Jesus. Okay. It then goes for a Water Pulse first, and then we use Stun Spore to paralyze it, meaning we can outspeed it. I was having trouble deciding, so I just went out with Fearow, the powerhouse here, the one that's going to carry it. I don't know why I waited so long to do that switch. I probably should have edited that out. Oh well. Content's content. You live, you learn. We actually hit a critical pursuit, and it goes for a recover. Then we go for another pursuit, which leaves it below half health, and it goes for another recover, which is quite annoying. It does this for a while, but we actually hit another critical hit. It paralyzes, and we go for another pursuit, and it knocks it out. That is some extreme good luck there, because the pursuits and having it to use recover was extremely annoying. I'm not gonna lie there. So, yeah, that's 2 badges down. Deathless. Alright. So far, so good. You might actually do this. But, however, we come across another problem. Meet Lieutenant Surge. He has electric types. Something that's going to do good against our flying types. We did grinding and evolved Zubat into Golbat. Now back to Surge. Well, here's the problem. His 2 Pokemon, Raikou and Pikachu, have Thunder Wave and Double Team. If they're able to set up double teams, enough double teams, like almost quite enough to the point where you can't even touch them, like it could screw over your run. And looking at our team, I really don't think we're going to be able to survive a single Shockwave. Charmeleon might, but that's why I'm going to be giving him Dig, so that way he can evade some of the moves. But we're going to need something extra good, something miraculous. What can be very good, you ask? Well, if we go to the Celadon Game Corner, we can actually get a Dratini. But here's the issue here. Dratini is expensive. You have to get a coin case, and another issue, even before we get to Celadon City, is, well, we have a crap ton of trainers to fight. And we have to stay within the level cap, or else we can't even use that Mon anymore. So, a lot of pivoting is going to be needed. Like, not even a little bit, just a lot of pivoting. So, it was a pretty stressful run there. But I feel like we'll be able to do it. It's going to be hard to try to manage a team since most of these Mons that we're going to be fighting are going to be completely over-leveled than what we're going to be going up against. I know I'm just sitting here dragging out a little too long because I didn't feel like voicing over the blue run that you can clearly see, but you know what? Screw it. Oh, wait, it's already over? No. This is what I get for talking too much. Okay. Well, yeah. We beat Blue. I mean, Killfly. Man, I'm too used to saying that. Anyway, we did able to get enough coins to buy the Dratini, and I decided to name her Suda, the beautiful, beautiful dragon. I absolutely love Dragonite. It is a very, very powerful Pokemon, and I feel like it's going to become very useful in the run. After doing some more grinding, Flip-Flop evolved into Gyarados, and we're ready to take on Surge. Let's see how well we're going to do. He leads off with a Voltorb, who is quite annoying with Sonic Boom, which does exactly 20 damage. The good thing about Dratini is that it has Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave is a very good move, because it'll slow down your mods. We then go for a Dragon Rage, which puts it on a sliver of HP, and then goes for a Screech. I then go for a Twister, and then a Dragon Rage afterwards. Why did I say Thunder Wave? This is not in the script. Hold on. Wait. Oh, never mind. Pikachu's is out next, and we go for a Thunder Wave, but it just kept missing because of double teams, and this is where the hell starts. However, we were able to pull through, but he uses a full heal, something I did not expect, but a few Thunder Waves, and we were able to take it out. Next up was Raichu, which I decided to switch in for Charmeleon, because I don't think that Dratini was going to be able to tank any hits from it. We hit the first dig, which was super effective, and puts it below half HP. We dig another hole, and it misses the Shockwave, and we're able to take out with a critical dig. That's 3 crits in a row, within 3 gyms. That is absolutely insane. But we did it. We were able to pull through against Lieutenant Surge, and we win the fight. Next up was Erika, since nothing interesting happens in between, so yeah. I decided to lead off with Suda. What are you doing out here? Oh yes, I meant to bait it out for a Thunder Wave, definitely. Definitely Thunder Wave. That's exactly what I meant to do. Okay. I sent out Catter Senpai and go for a Gust. It did paralyze me, so it's not that good. However, it did get paralyzed and then goes for an Acid. We go for another Gust, which knocks it out. Oh, wait, no. It lives on a sliver. Darn. I really gotta script some of this stuff. It's just, I don't know. I just got lazy. You know how it is. I'm trying to like become a good YouTuber, but I can't do that if I don't like be patient. She sent out Tangela, and I sent out Luna, the Golbat, to take it out. Our next Pokemon was a Vileplume, which I decided to go for another Wing Attack since it does a crap ton of damage. You know, maybe Golbat is just as good as Crobat. Nah, I'm just messing around. That's just a bunch of BS. Don't listen to what I say. We send out Charmeleon, which goes for an Ember, and we were able to knock out the Vileplume. winning us the fight, and getting us some of that juicy XP. Next up is a very long split. This is the level 43 split. Why is it called level 43? Because you have two gyms that are at the level cap of 43. But first we have to go take on Giovanni. Well, that's unfortunate. It used Tail Whip multiple times, and I thought Kata Senpai would be able to take it out, but that's just not the case. At least it was able to paralyze it, but that was just unfortunate. I probably should have switched out, but I guess we can work with what we have now. The blue fight was actually pretty easy up on Pokemon Tower, which was like an easy sweep, and Golbat tried to evolve, but you can't evolve, buddy. However, we did find an extra rare candy to level up Dratini up into Dragonair. We also grinded up a little bit more in order to get Charmeleon to our Charizard, and is now valid. In the Pokemon Safari, we can catch a Scyther, and on a earlier route, we were able to catch a Doduo. I'm trying to pronounce his name. I couldn't pronounce his name. How can I not pronounce his name? I gave it a creative name called Dodo. And after a lot of grinding, it's time to face off against Koga, which was a complete joke. Like, Charizard absolutely obliterated his team 2 levels under. Which is actually quite convenient, because we don't have to, like, go at its level cap. Neat. We've obliterated Killfly. Definitely Killfly. Yes. Definitely. Okay. Next up was the Giovanni fight, which I kind of wrecked. And next up was the Sabrina fight, which Charizard also wrecked the heck out of. And also learned Slash, which is a very good move, so I replaced Metal Claw with it. Slash has a high crit accurate move, so I feel like it'll be very good. But yeah, Charizard pretty much obliterated the team here. So yeah, pretty good fight there. We also got the old Amber and revived an Aerodactyl that's at level 5. I mean, it was at level 5 before I grinded. I don't know why I didn't catch footage of it, and for some reason I sent Aerodactyl out in the beginning of this fight. I meant to send out Gyarados first, but, you know, it is what it is. He was also about to die to crit, so I decided to switch him out into Charizard, and his Arcanine was not being very forgiving in this fight. Needless to say, it did a Fire Blast on my Dodrio. How unfortunate. He then goes for a Hyper Potion, and then I had to throw a few slashes at it, switched out to Luna, go for a Wing Attack, and we win the fight with our 3rd loss. We then go to the Sevii Islands, which apparently this girl was kidnapped by a Hypno. Funny crap right there, you know what I mean? It's comedy. Anyway, it's time for the Giovanni fight, which I would voice over this entire fight, but you know what? It was a joke. Like, you know how I sweeped it with Charizard against Koga and Sabrina? Well, it was Gyarados' turn to absolutely demolish this whole team. So, really not much to say here, other than the fact that Surf is a very viable HM, and if you think otherwise, then you can walk out the door. I'm just joking. I feel like Surf is actually a go-to here if you're going accuracy-wise. But if you want power-wise, you should probably go for Hydro Pump. That is if you want to miss a lot. Anyways, we decided to grind up for the Elite Four, which is at level 63, which means our Dragonair will finally evolve into Dragonite, making it valid for this run. We fight Blue once again. I lead off with Aerodactyl at level 55. This took a lot because, you know, the gap in between. He sends out Blastoise next, and I sent out Dragonite, which I go for a Shockwave multiple times. Next up was his Rhyhorn, and I switch into Gyarados, and I go for a Surf. Next up was Growlithe. By Growlithe. He goes down to his Surf. Next up was Execute, which doesn't look very cute if you ask me. It looks absolutely disgusting. He goes down to Scyther's Aerial Ace, and Alakazam goes down to Charizard's Flamethrower. Time for the Elite Four. Lorelei is up first, and we go for a Thunderbolt with Dragonite, and Dugong goes for Hail. She then goes for a full restore, and it paralyzes with a Thunderbolt, and one more Thunderbolt, we're able to take it out. Slowbro's up next, goes down to a Thunderbolt. I then switch out to Charizard whenever she switched out to Jinx. which she did a lot of damage with an ice type move. I couldn't tell which one, to be honest. So, yeah. I then switched Dragonite back out to go for a Thunderbolt, and then I got cocky here and thought that Dragonite would take out the Lapras, resulting in our 4th death. Great. Bruno was a complete joke here. Like, all it took was Gyarados to surf the Onixes, and pretty much a Mon to actually destroy his fighting types. I almost said flying types. This is the flying Mon. What am I doing? What am I saying? What am I even doing on this platform anymore? Am I just gonna keep messing up? Like, I have a script right in front of me and I keep screwing it over. Anyways, Agatha was also a joke, but Lance was not as forgiving as the other two. But in short, we had to do a lot of switching because we almost lost a few Mons here. And he kept using full restores. And this isn't a dragon trainer, this is a flying trainer. Whenever he sent out his Aerodactyl, I had to switch into the Gyarados. Survived on a sliver with Surf. And he then sent out his Dragonair, which lived on a sliver of Ice Beam. And one Aerialist goes down. And I decided to do a double team strat, but you could completely see that it didn't go so well, so I had to quickly switch out. And Luna also lives on a sliver. Can I have one Mon that doesn't, like, almost die completely? Oh, thank you, Charizard. You're so good. You're such a good Mon to have. It's the final fight with Blue. Can we do it? He leads off with a Pidgeot, and I go for Acer the Aerodactyl. I lead off with a Ancient Power, which luckily I was able to go first on, and then goes for a Feather Dance, which lowers my attack, which is not too good. He then sends out his Blastoise, and I had to make a decision. I had to make a call here. We might need to sack this run. I sent out Luna and goes for a Poison Fang, and it actually poisoned it, but goes for a Hydro Pump, and knocks out Luna. Looks like you will never become a Crobat. I then sent out Scyther, which... oh no. This is bad. We're now down to a 3v4. But Gyarados was able to take down some of his Mons. And I had to do some switch-ins real quick. Exeggutor put me to sleep, so I had to send out Charizard to take out his Exeggutor. He wanted to learn Fire Spin, but I said no. And Arcanine was out next, and our Gyarados was asleep, and there was no way I was going to be able to... oh my god, a critical hit. We go for a Dig. It misses its Extreme Speed. It then goes for another Extreme Speed, and we live on a sliver of HP. We then hit a critical Wing Attack. We had to send out Aerodactyl for this final fight. Can we beat Arcanine? And we did. We finally did it. We beat our rival. And that is it. We have completed a Pokemon Fire Red Hardcore Nuzlocke with only flying types. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.